Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports WNBA picks and predictions for Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. We're looking at the only game of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, got to take a gander at the previous day's results. A whole lot of nothing in terms of money in my betting account. 6-6, bringing our season record to 333 and 320. I'm going to recap these games along with some crazy trade that basically absolutely nuked our Mystics back minus 7.5. We'll discuss it all, and then we'll get on to the only game for tomorrow. So I will first mention the trade news that happened. You had Brittany Sykes traded to the Seattle Storm, I think 5 or 6 hours before the Mystics game actually tipped. They were all the way out to a minus, I think 9.5 or 10.5 favorite. Then that line plummeted all the way to the ground. They closed, still a favorite. I think it was minus 4.5 was their closing number. This team is awful without Brittany Sykes. Absolutely atrocious. I don't really blame them, though. What if I told you the oldest person on their roster, well, besides the person they just traded for, Alicia Clark, who's 38, is 33-year-old Steph Dolson. The next closest person in age, it goes from 38 to 33, all the way down to 26. Their oldest starter in the lineup is 26. That is ridiculous. It is Sug Sutton. The other one, Shakira Austin, 25. Sonia Citron, 21. Kiki, 22. Jade Melbourne, 22. I'm just looking at their bench. Lucy Olsen, 22. Emily Engsler, 25. Aaliyah Edwards, 23. Their entire team is young. They are about to get absolutely bodied for the entire rest of the season. Mystics, fade mode, rest of the year. All right, now that that's out of the way, I think that's the only major trade news that happened today. I will recap what went on, and then I'll get on to the only game for tomorrow. So if you don't want to hear me rant for the next 5 minutes, there is little timestamps at the bottom of the screen. Just fast forward and go straight to the pick. All right, game number 1. It was the Mystics and the Sky. No matter who is playing, the Sky's under have been hitting at a ridiculous rate. Under 158.5. This was never a sweat. Final score 64-78. That is a grand total of 142. The Sky win, but again, when you trade your veteran all-star in Brittany Sykes at the beginning of the game, I mean, the Sky were kind of expected to win. They were led by Cardoso, who dropped 16, 13, and 3. Ariel Atkins, 15 and 5 on 7 of 10 from the field. It really does help when you get people who can actually shoot. Will moved to the starting unit. She went 7 of 11, dropped 18. Onyenwere dropped 12. This is probably the first game of the year where 4 different Sky starters scored in double digits. I would assume. I haven't checked any stats on that, but it would make sense. Next winner, we had the Sparks, plus 105 on the money line. We had the over, 174.5. You want to know what is great news for the Sparks is what just happened when the Mystics trade. The Mystics have taken themselves out of the playoff equation. It is now the Sparks versus the Valkyries for the final play-in spot. I'm telling you right now, that plus 15,000 Sparks ticket, that's looking real juicy. I'm talking real juicy. Anyway, Sparks win this game against the Fever. We had them plus 105 on the money line. They scored 100 points. They win 100-91. This team is so good at offense. You would Hamby 16, 7, and 3. Rakia Jackson 25, 5, and 2. Azare 19 and 5. Kelsey Plum double-double 25 and 11. They're just nuts. Everyone on this team can shoot. This is the definition of peak offense. Fever, they actually played pretty well offensively. Of course, Kelsey Mitchell now decides to drop 34 points on 11 of 19 from the field, but she couldn't do that the other night when we had her points over. Ari McDonald, 15, 5, and 6. Aaliyah Boston, 15, 9, and 4. Natasha Howard, 17, 7, and 2. Their entire bench scored 2 points on combined 1 of 11 from the field. That is the reason why they lost. Next game, we had the over, 156.5 in the Minnesota Lynx and the Seattle Storm. I will touch on the Storm in a second. The Lynx, even without Nafisa Collier, they looked good. You had Bridget Carlton drop 12. Jess Shepard was coming off the bench, entered the starting rotation tonight. Alana Smith went down to the power forward spot. She went 13 and 13. You had Courtney Williams drop 20. You had McBride drop 14. Dejanay Carrington, she's been on the team for like 2 days. She plays 17 minutes, drops 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, 5 of 7 from the field. This just kind of screams Dallas has a coaching problem. If Dejanay Carrington can just come into this offense off the bench and immediately drop these numbers, what are you doing in Dallas? What was going on there? Kirk Clanahan or whatever your name is, you suck. Horrible coach. All right, now we got 2 player props. First one, I thought we were screwed with this Alyssa Thomas PRA. So Satu Sabali was ruled out due to personal reasons as she was out indefinitely. And then I wake up in the morning to a news report. Satu Sabali back in the lineup. I'm like, what? What happened to out indefinitely? If you say out indefinitely, that means like for an extended ass period of time. You just don't say that and then less than 24 hours later be like, nah, I'm good. I was just playing. I'm going to come back and play basketball now. So I don't know what's going on there. Haven't really read much into it. But I thought that meant her PRA line for AT was screwed. So it went down to 30.5. But it doesn't matter because AT is an absolute animal. Another triple-double. 13, 12, and 12 for AT for 37 PRA. She is a demon. Then we had Rakia Jackson, points over 13.5. The Sparks offense is just so good. They can do it from every single angle. Kelsey Plum gets to the hole. Dearica Hamby is your beast down low. Azarae can score inside and outside. And then Rakia is your mid-game specialist. 25 points, 10 of 18 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep. Not to mention Azarae Stevens, 5 of 5 from deep. Azarae Stevens shooting 41% from deep this year. That is a 6'6" center shooting 41%. Ridiculous. This team is winning it all. All right, now we're going to get on to the losers. And before I talk about the losers, I am an idiot. I would like you to direct your attention to the banned list. You will see 2 teams in the bottom right-hand corner of the banned list. It is the New York Liberty and the Seattle Storm. I backed both of them today, and they both screwed me. Never bet against the ban list. I made it for a reason. I don't know why I took these teams. I just simply thought with no Nafisa Collier, surely the Storm could win. And the Liberty just got pounced by this Wings team on the road. Surely they can come back and beat them by double digits at home. Wrong on both of those. Firstly, you're the Liberty, minus 9.5. You're the over, 174.5. Really, the Liberty did not deserve to win this game. They got absolutely bodied on the boards, and they lost the turnover battle. Offensive rebounds, Dallas Wings, 16. New York Liberty, 2. Turnovers, Dallas, 7. New York, 8. The only reason New York won is because they shot 12 of 24 from deep, and Dallas shot 6 of 27. The Liberty played bad enough where they should have lost this game. It's just that Dallas couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. You had Arike go 3 of 12. Way to go, Arike. You had Geisel Soder, their center, go 2 of 10. You have Lin Yu Ru go 1 of 8. I don't know. This Dallas team is just atrocious. But not atrocious enough so that the Liberty can cover. Shout out to Sabrina Ionescu, who went 2 of 9 from the field. You suck. That's about it. This Liberty team just not... They're not good. Without Stewie, I don't think they're any good. Mystics minus 7.5. This was absolutely nuked once we found out Brittany Sykes got traded. So their starting lineup now without Sykes. Sug Sutton, like I said, 26. Jade Melbourne, 22, rookie. Actually, maybe not a rookie. Did you play last year? She might have played last year. I forget. Sonia Citron, who is 21, rookie. Kiki Iriafen, 21, rookie. Shakira Austin, 25, not a rookie. I mean, that is just such a young lineup. And then the only veterans you have are Steph Dolson, who might end up getting traded here soon. And they brought in, what's her name? Clark? Alicia Clark, who is 38. No, this team is screwed. All right, then finally, Sun plus 15 over 166.5. They lose by 16 points, so we lose by 1. I have a pet peeve which I need to talk about. The Sun. They had the ball with 5 seconds left. The Mercury dribbled out the clock, so they turned it over. The Sun inbound the ball. 5 seconds left. They dribble it out. Why are we dribbling it out? Shoot the ball. You're down 16 points. Shoot the ball. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. But anyway, the Sun shoot 35% from the field, 20% from deep, 5 of 25. The Sun won the rebounding battle, offensive by 4. They won the turnover battle, 17-20. Yet they lose the game by 16. They simply could not put ball in hoop. Okay, that is the recap. Let's get on to the only game we have for tomorrow. All right, only game here, Las Vegas Aces, Golden State Valkyries. We literally just saw this matchup 2 days ago, but the WNBA really loves playing home and homes. So I'm going to reluctantly take the Aces on the road minus the 5.5, and I'm going to rock the over 158.5. I'm really not sure what else to do here. I mean, we just saw these teams play literally on Sunday, where Vegas smacked the absolute tar out of them. I don't trust this Valkyries team. I also really don't trust this Aces team, but what else am I supposed to do? You have one team who I think has a good lineup, and you have the other team who I don't think has a good lineup, but has a good coach, and they're at home, where they have already beaten this Aces team by over 27 or something points. What? Aces 15-14 on the year. They just beat this Valkyrie squad by 24 on the second leg of a back-to-back. So they were coming off of getting destroyed by the Lynx, and then they just put belt to ass against this Valkyries team. This is their second game in Golden State. The first time they played the Valkyries, they lost by 27. Again, I don't know how to look at this game. Both teams have smacked each other. Some nights the Aces are good, some nights they're horrible. Some nights the Valkyries are good, some nights they're horrible. What's going to happen here? I don't know. But if I had to put my money on anything, it would be the Aces because they're the better team, and the over because I don't trust the Aces defense. Valkyries 14-14 on the year, 5-5 in their last 10, pretty up and down recently. I have not been impressed with how they've been playing. They are way too reliable. They rely way too much on the three-point ball for a team that can't shoot. They don't have any great perimeter shooters. I mean, your best option is Kate Martin off the bench. That is not what you want to have happen. They do have some injury news here. Zandasini listed as questionable. Tiff Hayes listed as questionable. Kayla Thornton obviously still out for the rest of the year. I think she just went under surgery 2 or 3 days ago. Then they have Monique Billings not on the injury report. Although I don't know if that means anything, because last time all 3 of those players I just mentioned weren't on the injury report, and they all didn't end up playing. So what that means, I don't know. I'm just going to take the better lineup. I don't care they're on the road. I don't care they're at a coaching disadvantage. Give me the Aces. I'm going to die on this hill one more time. Give me the over 158.5. All right, now we got 2 player props. If I'm taking the Aces, there's only 2 people, well, maybe 3 if you count Jackie Young, that I would actually want to back. I'm going to do it again. Asia Wilson, here we are. PRA over 34.5. Her and Jewel, the only 2 I would back. It does make me feel good, though. She did not hit her PRA in the previous game, mostly because she did not play the fourth quarter, but she went 14-14-2, and again, no minutes in the fourth quarter. So if she plays the fourth, I think she can definitely hit this. Jewel Lloyd, points over 12.5. Ever since Jewel has been coming off the bench, she's been an absolute walking bucket. She can score at will. I think people have forgotten since she has joined this Aces team. She is one of the best ISO scorers in the WNBA. Give her the ball at the top. She'll create for herself, get a shot up. It's probably going in. So the last game they played, again, just 2 days ago, she dropped 27 points in a game she also did not play the fourth quarter in. Give me Jewel, points over 12.5. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.